let's say we'll go to child's posture, and we'll start there so that we can just kind of connect ourselves to the body and let ourselves focus on, the rhythm of this body. Specifically, this class that we practice Saturday mornings focuses on this beautiful rhythm that's inherent in us, and that we can also enrich and refine. And continuing to watch the breath and the rhythm of the body, let the mind notice that it's also become more relaxed as you focused your attention. And so with a little bit more effort, be in the body with less effort. So that means relax even further. Let the body get heavier. Let the forehead sink. When we're relaxed, we're closer to our truer nature, at peace, in a calm state. Let's take a clearing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth to facilitate. Getting a little bit more relaxed. So before we start to move the body, let's focus the mind on the meaning of our practice. The meaning of our practice is to help us realize the divine within. And even in a physical practice, we can look to that grand goal. So let ourselves maybe repeat in our minds, I bow to the presence of the divine within. I bow to the presence of the divine within. And if you'd like to take that into Sanskrit, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to the presence of the divine within. Now let's begin to engage victorious breath. Breathing in through the nose. Opening the mouth, fogging out. The mouth stays open, fogging in. Closing the mouth, exhale through the nostrils. Make it all the way to the belly on the exhale, and then inhale, let the belly expand through the rib cage and then the chest. Exhaling back down into the belly. Let it contract. And then inhaling all the way back up to the collarbone. So allowing for this rhythm to wash up and down the trunk. Now finding that the breath is even more rich and more refined. We'll use this breath to guide the body today. On the next inhalation, rise up to a table posture, hands and knees. And once we're here, we'll flow through cat-cow with the emphasis on the belly. So inhaling, the belly dropping, the head picking up, tailbone picking up. Exhaling, belly engaging. Belly pulling up, especially at the bottom of the exhale. And then continuing. We'll be coming to a neutral spine. And what we're going to do is move between side planks from one side to the other. And you're going to coordinate it with your breath, but it'll matter if you're going into a full side plank or a supported side plank. So let's kick the left foot to the left, straighten the right leg to the back of the mat, and then inhale, lift the right arm upwards. And on the exhale, bring hand and knee down. So we'll start with supported. Inhaling, left leg behind, left arm up. Exhaling, hand and knee down. A few more of these. And then we'll see on the next round if we want to pick up the knee. So inhaling. So if you'd like to try from a full plank, we'll pick up both knees first and then inhale, roll to the left edges, reach that right arm up. Exhale, come back into plank. Inhaling, left arm up. Exhaling. So we're going to continue at your pace and at your desired intensity. So at some point you might bring the knees back down, or you might stay here. We'll go for about just a few more seconds, maybe 10 or 15. Okay, once you've gone through the left side, then we'll rest in a heart chakra posture. So we'll slide the palms with the knees down, slide the palms forward, come all the way down to the forehead. Spread the knees apart from each other a little bit. Send the tailbone up. Keep the forearms lifted and lift the head looking forward. Palms spread into the mat. Now let's thread the needle from here. So we'll just take this right arm and tuck it underneath the left. Come down to the right side of the face, right shoulder. We're going to specifically focus on the position of the right arm and shoulder. So straighten the right arm, sending the fingers away from the elbow, away from the shoulder. Straight right arm is going to pull back now with the shoulder. So draw the shoulder back. Just going to move maybe 1 inch or so. Another deep breath. And then we'll switch. So we'll take that right arm forward and then thread the left arm through. Come down to left side of the face. Straighten the left arm. Fingers are reaching away from the elbow, away from the shoulder. And then we'll draw the left shoulder back. And we'll lift the left arm, bring it forward. About 2 deep breaths here in heart chakra posture. Anahatasana. Let the next breath clear out through the mouth. And then we'll rise up to table posture. Again, hands and knees. Find downward facing dog this time. Look for a little motion. And then from here, let's look forward and lift the right leg. So we're lifting, looking forward. Now we'll go ahead and just move this right leg around. Maybe check in with the right foot. And then we'll set the foot down and actually right from downward facing dog, lift the left leg up. So both sides. Check in with the left foot. Now before we go further, let's rest in child's posture. So bring both knees down and then release all the way down. So here we'll take 5 deep breaths just to ensure that the breath is still being refined by our effort. And we're going to rise again. So let's come into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg upwards. And then exhale, bring the right foot between the hands. Now we're going to come into a side lunge. So just walk both hands to the inside of the right foot and then planting them there. Let the left toes shift to face the side of the mat as you sink into this right bent leg. And the knee is over the ankle, not past. Now let's turn this into a twisting dragonfly. So we'll walk forward and lift the back heel, left palm down. Inhale, lift the right arm upwards. And then from here we'll come to the right hand down. We're going to come to the hands, walking them forward, lifting the left foot, and then hovering the bent left leg behind the right leg. So the ankle goes ankle close to calf, right calf. So here for, let's say, another breath or so, and we're going to turn this into a half moon. So if you need blocks, see that they're around towards that right hand. Now we're going to straighten the leg, send the left leg behind. Right hand is planted, maybe just the fingertips. And then we'll pick up the left arm. And we can look down at the mat for balance. Or if we'd like a little extra challenge, look to the left. Just make sure those left toes are activated so that the left leg is supporting itself. And then we'll bring the hand down. What happens if we reverse? So let's reverse. Go ahead and bring left leg behind right as you bend both of the legs. Step the left foot back, come into that twisting dragonfly. Now we're going to come into our side lunge. Right hand comes down. Walk a little bit over to the left, separating the knees. And then what we're going to do is add a pigeon here. So we're going to walk the hands forward and just pick up the right foot and set the right shin down. And then we'll begin to lower here. And so let's take a few deep breaths. So the first time around, we're going to kind of dwell in this pigeon. Let's say we'll take about 3 more deep breaths. And then we're going to come out of this side. We'll start to rise. If you'd like, you can reverse and lift that right leg up. Now we're going to continue with the left side. So we'll bring right foot down. Next inhale, lift the left leg upwards. Exhale, left foot between the hands into a side lunge. So we walk hands over to the right this time and pivot the right toes to face the side of the mat. Turn this into a twisting dragonfly. Right toes now face forward, back heel's lifted. Left arm lifted. Exhale the left hand down, walk the hands forward. Bring that right ankle behind the left calf, hovering here for a moment. And now we'll come into a half moon. So when you're ready, straighten both of the legs. That right leg comes right straight back, and then the right arm lifts upwards. Spread the right toes. Okay, we're going to reverse. Right hand comes down, bend both legs. Hover right ankle behind left calf. Come into your twisting dragonfly, right foot back. Inhale the left arm up. Side lunge, left hand comes down. Walk over towards the right side of the mat. Walk forward, pick up the left foot, set the shin down, slide the right leg back, and then fold in and release. So we'll focus here for a little bit, and then we're going to take that sequence of postures and just link them up together with our breath at our own individual pace, whatever makes sense. And we'll just go through maybe a couple cycles or so. But for now, let's focus on breathing and opening the hip, stretching the glutes. About 3 more deep breaths. Okay, let's start to come out of this side. Again, maybe that left leg lifts upwards. And now let's start to flow a little bit here. So from downward facing dog, we'll inhale, lift the right leg upwards. Exhale, send the right foot forward. Walk the hands over. This might be on an inhale and an exhale. Come to twisting dragonfly, inhaling the right arm up. Exhaling the hand down. Hover the left foot behind the right calf. And then straighten the legs and inhale the left arm up. Reversing out, exhaling down. Inhaling, twisting dragonfly. Exhaling, side lunge. Hands come down. You can inhale, lift the right leg up this time. And then exhale, pigeon. So we're going to fall in for 2 breaths, releasing in. Maybe a nice clearing breath. We rise back up. And then we come into the left side. So right foot down, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward. Side lunge. Linking breath and motion. Inhaling, twisting dragonfly. Exhaling, hands down, walk forward, hover. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, bending knees once again. Inhale, twisting dragonfly. Exhale, side lunge. Inhale, leg up and behind. And then exhaling, pigeon for 2 breaths. Sink in. Get that clearing breath out. Rise back up. And then let's take another. So inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward. Side lunge. Sink in. Inhaling, twisting dragonfly. Exhaling, hands down. Hover left foot behind. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, reverse. Twisting dragonfly. Side lunge. Right leg up and behind, 3-legged dog. And then pigeon for 2 breaths. Rising up. Other side. Left leg up. And left foot forward. Walk forward, exhaling. Inhale, twisting dragonfly. Exhale, hands down, hover right foot behind left. And then inhale, right leg, right arm up, half moon. Exhale, reverse. Into twisting dragonfly. Side lunge. Left leg up. And pigeon. Clear the breath. And we're going to rise out. Now, right after this, from downward facing dog, we'll be floating the feet forward to the top of the mat. And here we're going to stay for a moment. So separate the feet apart to the edges of the mat and then release the trunk, release the head. Maybe let the knees bend. Let the head go a little bit more so the crown of the head faces the ground. The eyes directly back. And we'll start to unroll the spine. So you can keep the knees bent and begin to work your way from the base of the spine up to the crown of the head. And if you have a window close by, look out your window, face the window. Give your shoulders some circles as you're moving through. We worked a little with the low body, so you might sense an imbalance between the upper and the lower. We did more, work with some strengthening in our initial arm balance here with our side planks. So it's important to take note. How the body's feeling. Just letting the arms swing in another moment here. And then let's separate the feet to the edges of the mat for a moment. So, or just separate the feet. Let yourself continue to look outside, even if it's not on the mat. You don't really need the grip right now. Next inhalation, reach the arms upwards. On the exhale, bring the palms together, thumbs in towards the heart center. Again, inhaling, arms up. We'll go through a few more of these. Just circling, feeling the breadth and the breath. We're going to go through a few more times, and as you're going through, let yourself imagine that you are shaping the sun as you take the arms and circle them upwards and draw them in. So whatever direction you're facing, notice what direction that is. And we're just going to turn. We'll go clockwise. So we're just going to turn maybe just a few degrees so that we're a little bit more over to the right now. And we're continuing to circle this, circle the arms, drawing them in. And then we're going to step the left foot over a little bit more to the right, continuing to take the arms up. So we're just circling the arms as we also circle the body in different directions. So now we'll take that left foot and step slightly forward. That right foot is still in place. As we continue, just allowing yourself to feel a sense of luminosity, and then we're going to step the left foot forward a little bit, almost completing this full circle. We'll step that left foot forward a little bit. You might be almost to your starting point. And then eventually finding your way there. I've returned to my starting point. So a few more breaths, continuing to move the arms. Now, once you've found your starting position, we'll keep the hands and thumbs towards the heart center. Bow the head in slightly. We'll come back to our beginning mantra. I bow to the presence of the divine within. And then we'll step the feet, hips distance apart. Now we're going to come into a tree posture. A couple specific ones, so we're going to create some variants. You can continue to look outside. If you have a tree in your view, connect to that specific tree. Actually make a heart-to-heart connection with that tree. So if you need less cushion under your feet, you want to make sure you're off of the mat so that you aren't thrown off by all of that imbalance underneath all the air pockets and things like that. So we'll start with feet hips distance apart, hands to hips. Now we have some options for the foot. I'm going to send the weight towards the left leg and focus specifically on the left leg. You can keep the right leg fairly relaxed. Engage the left thigh. So I said move your weight to the left leg. Engage your thigh, engage the left glute, pull the pelvis in. Once we have that stability, we can bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg, and you can have some support around you if needed for the hand. But I want to give you an option so that you can have this right knee off to the right, making sure that it's really pressing to the right. You can even push foot into the leg. Or you can take this right foot on top of the left leg and let the sole of the foot look upwards towards the sky. So see what's going to work for you best, or what shape you want to form. And then if you feel stable, you'll take the arms upwards and separate the hands. I'm going to connect with my tree here. Now we're going to look at that tree and mirror it. So maybe pay attention, or if you don't see a tree in front of you, visualize a tree, maybe a specific one or a general one. But go ahead and mimic the branches in some way with your arms. So even if it's like they're a little bent, maybe you want the fingers to appear as the smaller branches. And let the arms move around here as you keep the trunk stable. And you just mimic this tree, connecting to it. Maybe sensing its roots, like the roots at the foot, sole of the foot. And now we'll start to come out of this. You can reverse, release the foot. We'll move the legs around, and then we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, feet, hips distance apart. Hands can stay to hips or hands together. Shift over to the right leg. Engage the right thigh. Engage the right glute. Pull the pelvis in. Okay, then when you're ready, bring your left foot to the inside of the right thigh or wherever it's going to go. Stabilize yourself. Maybe adjust the left foot. And then when you feel stable, then begin to explore the arms. Let maybe your arms express other parts of this tree that you didn't notice before. Couple deep breaths. Begin to reverse out and move the legs around. Okay. So before we come to seated, and we're going to hold some postures, let's separate the feet apart from each other. So maybe you're back on the mat now. Before you leave the view of your tree, if you had that, then thank that tree for that connection. And then back on the mat, we'll have feet spread apart, arms open. Take the hands behind the tailbone, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards. Exhale, fold forward. Once you're there, shift the toes inwardly. And release the arms down. Let's return to side lunges because we were in them earlier. So I think it's a good idea to hold postures that we had already visited without having held them very long. So sink over to the right knee. Make sure the right knee is over the ankle and not past. And then check in this left foot. Maybe you keep the toes facing the side of the mat, or you lift the toes skywardly. And then we're going to explore and see if we can go a little deeper. So you might have the palms planted, or you might have them on blocks. Really, it doesn't matter. It's just you find the edge that your body is experiencing now. And then if you can go further, you'll drop the trunk. If you can go further, you might take the right hand to the outside of the right foot and see if you can work the right shoulder underneath the right knee. Just take a few more breaths. And maybe you're going to change the position at some point. Maybe you say, okay, this is getting intense. I'd like to explore instead and move around. Now we're going to walk over to the other side. So you can start with hands down, walking. Left toes will turn out to the left. Hands down to the inside of the foot or on your block. Again, toes, right toes might shift upwards. You might be able to sink lower. Maybe hand, to the other side of the left foot. Always reaching. So rather than just staying in the place that's just barely uncomfortable, reach into the space that's a little bit more uncomfortable and check into it. See what you can do there. Couple breaths. Now we're going to walk back to center. Fold in one more time. This time let's separate the feet actually, because we've worked in the groin quite a bit. This is a good opportunity to actually really separate the legs. So if you need some support, bring blocks close by, take them further and further. Maybe the forearms can come down to some support. The trunk can come forward, or you can stay more upright. You can take toes upwardly, or you can keep the feet planted and turn the toes in. So kind of practicing a center splits, but we don't have to think about it that way if that intimidates. Just another stretch. See if you can let go, even if it's a little uncomfortable. So when we say letting go, the idea is really in the mind. Letting go of our fears of being in a certain position, letting go of our ideas that we're better off in one position than another. Many more things we can let go of. So take a couple more breaths. And then we're going to slowly start to come out of this. Make sure you have the support of the arms, palms down, heel toe the feet closer and closer together until they're hips distance apart. And then right from here, we're going to come to seated. So you can just come all the way down. And let's begin with ankles crossed in this position. So hopefully you feel a little open. You can sense maybe that the knees are able to comfortably stay down. Let's take hands to towards the thighs and bring them in. Palms can face up, maybe fold hands into each other. Roll the shoulders a few times. Okay, let's take shoulders back and down. Draw the chin down and in towards the neck. So not dropping the head completely. Now we'll bring the chin skyward. Bring the chin to center. Turn the head left. Turn the head right. Move the head left and right a few times. And then we're going to bring the head to center and take one ear skyward. So maybe the right ear lifts upwards. Send this right shoulder in some motion, so maybe some circles or some up and down action. And then settle it down. Keep the head tilted, look downward. Shifting the chin down. Shift the chin up and down. Nice clearing breath. And then into center. So let the chin come back so it's facing forward, and then bring the head back. And before we go further, just tilt the head left, right a few times. Bring the head to center, turn left, right. And then center, down and up a few times. We'll do the other side. So bring the head to center. Lift the left ear up. Let the shoulder move around. Settle the shoulder down. We'll shift the chin down, keeping the tilt. Okay. Shift the chin upward. Down. And forward. And then we'll bring the head back to center. Now, as we did before, tilt the head left, right a few times. And then turn left, right a few times. And then we'll bring chin up and down. And then we'll bring the head to center and cross the forearms in front of the chest. Nice deep breath. Drop the chin down. We'll drop the chin down kind of in towards the neck. And then we're just going to take semicircles here. So begin to sway the head over so it gets closer to one shoulder and then over to the other. Nice and slow, sensing all the crackling sounds. And dropping the chin, bring the head to center, release the arms. Let's send the left leg forward, flex the left foot. Let's start with a twist actually. So we're going to plant the right foot and see what feels better to you, to have this foot to the inside of the left leg or to cross the foot, so or to the other side of the leg. You know, people can sense certain positions more helpful than others. Right hand behind, fingers face back. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left elbow outside the right knee. Get tall and then turn. Turning the head all the way to the right. On the exhalation, pushing the left elbow into the right leg. A little bit more force. And come to center. Release the right leg, left foot plants. See if you like it on one or the other side of the leg. Left hand behind, fingers face back. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale the right elbow outside the left leg. Get tall, turn to the left. We're pulling the belly in and we're flexing the right foot. And then on every exhalation, push into that leg a little bit more with the right arm. And we'll inhale, come to center. So now we'll go into a fold. Take the left leg forward, right foot to the inside of the left leg, but we'll add a variation today. So from here, inhale the right, both of the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Find the hands somewhere to the leg where the shoulders are still somewhat comfortable. On the inhale, find length, lift the heart. On the exhale, send the heart forward and closer towards that left knee. Now, we're going to be here for a couple breaths. And then we're going to cross the arms. So we'll take the left hand outside of the left leg. Might be up the leg, it might be towards the foot. Then we're going to cross left arm underneath to the right thigh or knee. So we're folding here, first pulling the trunk lower towards the left leg. But now we're going to add a twist. So we'll see if we can begin to turn to the right. Now, if you have the hand up the leg, it might feel a little uncomfortable, and maybe it just feels better to just fold into the leg. If you can grasp those left toes, then go ahead and bring the fingers up there and then turn to the right, trying to get this right arm over the head rather than in front of the face. You might grab the back of the foot depending on how low you are. Nice deep side bend if you're in that position. Otherwise, you're hopefully in a deeper forward fold. Now we're all going to meet in a forward fold, so we'll release. If you were twisting, release down into this left leg. You can keep the left arm where it is, or you can release it and take it forward. Hopefully you'll notice that you're much further down than you were before. Now just drop the head. Totally let go in this posture. And we'll start to rise upwards. It's a nice deep stretch. Let's switch to the other side. Right foot forward, left foot to the thigh. Inhale, arms up as that right foot is flexed. Exhale, forward. Find a position for the hands to start. Couple deep breaths. I feel so far from the camera. I don't know what happened. Just get a little closer. Okay, so now we're going to get a little deeper. So we'll have this left hand to the outside of the right leg or foot. Right hand crosses to the left thigh. We'll stay facing forward. And then we're going to see about twisting. So, maybe you go into it from where your hand is now. Maybe you need to adjust it. So I find that first my hand finds the toes, and then eventually as I'm here, I can find the sole of the foot. Do what feels good for your body. One more breath. Now we're going to come back to center, facing the right leg. Folding into this right leg for a few breaths. Letting the head go. And we'll start to rise. Extending the leg forward, come all the way down to the back. It's a deep stretch in the low back. We're going to contract it now. So let's have the feet planted and then walk the shoulders back towards each other. Lift the hips up into a bridge. Maybe fingers interlace under hips. Squeezing the glutes, drawing the knees in towards each other. And exhale, lower the hips down. Take the arms to a T, lift the feet, bringing knees into the chest, drop the knees over to the right, turn the head to the left. Now before we come out of this, just take a hand. So you have your left arm out to the left. Take your right hand and put some pressure on that muscles part of the chest that extends in front of the armpit. Just give a little bit of a massage here to release some stuck tension in that space. Another breath or so. And then we'll bring the knees to center. Okay, you want to plant the feet, pick up the hips, and then drop them again. Pick up the feet, knees in, drop the knees over to the left. Okay, right arm is out to the right, head turning away from the knees. And again, we'll take the left hand now and just press into this muscle. Doesn't have to be exact, just kind of feel around. You can tell when something's tight. And we're going to get ready to rest now. So let's come back to center. Give the knees a big squeeze, lift the head. And then let's release the body. Taking feet to corners of the mat. Arms alongside the body, but the hands away from the thighs. Let's tighten up before we rest here. So close the hands and the feet, clenching the jaw, shutting the eyes tight. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, release. Now just focus on the toes. So really scrunch those toes up. And then let them go on the exhale. Focus on the hands. Create fists, engage the biceps, the forearms. And then exhale, release the arms, completely relaxing there. Okay, now go down to the thighs. Engage the thighs. Engage the glutes. And release the glutes and the thighs. Okay, as you're here now, engage the belly and the back. And then release them. Okay, scrunch up the face. Clench the jaw. And release. Now feel that you can let go of the entire body from the feet to the crown of the head, the hands to the crown of the head, arms all relaxed, the trunk relaxed, the neck relaxed, the legs relaxed. Sinking in and sensing light within you and all around you.
as you rest. Without changing anything, begin to sense your breath. Sense the rhythm of the body. Even though you let go of that breath after having worked on it for so long, it is already refined. No longer needing to put so much effort into it. And sensing the calm rhythm of that breath, you might start to deepen it so that you can activate the body and move the hands and the feet. Maybe arms circle behind. Stretch the legs forward. And then knees into the chest, arms around those knees. Finding your way up to seated when you're ready. You might roll to the side first or rock right up. From seated, we'll circle the arms upwards. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, pulling the hands back in. Send this peace outwardly now. So taking a deep breath in, feeling the peace within you, and on the exhale, allowing it to move outward in a spherical shape, out in front, behind, to the sides, below you, above you. Exhaling, radiating that peace. Inhaling, establishing the peace. Exhaling, radiating it outwards towards all other beings. A couple more, and let that tree in particular that you connected with today, even radiating it, that peace outwardly to the tree, to all those that are in need of experiencing their light, their true identity, their own peace and bliss, which we all share. So now as you take that final inhalation, just consciously feeling that peace and absorbing it yourself on the exhalation. And we'll seal our practice with the sound of Om, breath in through the nose. Om. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste.